Hello everyone. So we're back with the cabin heater, and here we have a little control board. uh, I'm going to take the control board out, and I'm going to see if I can drive the IGBTs manually and see if it can switch them on. There's 6 drivers to for the power, and these are two 4 thermistors. They have one here, one here, and then this cable goes inside. I believe it goes inside here. Now while this board was plugged in, I um, read the voltages on these pins, and I wrote it down. So starting from this pin here would be this one. So I found that this one would give this voltage, and these 3 connections, or these 3 pins, correspond to this IGBT driver. So I just marked it as 1, and this being 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I traced it to this being the actual input, and this 5 volts and this 5 volts will be either one will be fault and one will be reset, and this would be for the driver number 2, input, fault and reset. I'm not too sure which one is which, but and then number 3, and I got a ground, then ground corresponding to this pin right here, ground. This pin right here, ground. Then I got 5 volts. This is the second set of pins. That is the first set of pins. Each set has got 10 pins, 5 on each side. So the second one, I got 5 volts here, but there was no voltage here. This voltage I had to find on my own. Without this 12 volts, what I mean is this 12 volt supply is to drive the DC to DC converter, this little DC to DC converter. So that's what that 12 volts is. And then we have driver number 4 and driver number 5. Then there's on the ground pin, and that would be this pin right here. Sorry, this pin right here, the last one, ground. And then I had this pin on this side has a 2.7 volts. I'm not too sure what that is. Then the last set of pins was this is the input for IGBT driver number 6, then either fault and reset or reset and fault. Then there's a 2.2 volt here, not too sure what that voltage is, and this one is 12 volts. While the card is plugged in, it gives 12 volts. And this pin here, I traced it to a current sensor, which is I think it was this pin here, the driver pin for this current sensor. So these 4 pins don't have any voltage, so they are either, I think they are chassis ground, and I'm not 100% sure though. Okay, that's it for now. Oh, one more thing. How I found the voltage by plugging it in was I used right, it is in this pin and this pin. I fed in 12 volts. This was ground, this pin was ground, and this pin was positive. This is how I powered up the board, just feeding 12 volts here. And I believe these 2 connections here, it's only a 4-pin plug. These 2 are CAN communication, because it's got a CAN chip on this. This microcontroller is CAN capable, and also one of these chips here works for CAN, I believe. That's the little board. This resistor is what I put in while I was testing. Okay, next one I will try to see feeding some of these pins and see if I can get these drivers, the IGBT to switch on. Thanks for watching.